Do you know that living things have a lot of meanings for life in the world? Not only the large living things, the small living things also have their respective meanings. This has been shown in the Corpse Bride film, which uses a blue butterfly as a symbol of various meanings in the story. The blue butterfly has meanings about love, happiness, and hope. This Corpse Bride film is a stop-motion animated musical fantasy film that is directed by Mike Johnson and Tim Burton. This film was released in 2005. This film tells about life, death, and marriage, followed by a blue butterfly as a symbol. So, the blue butterfly symbol and its meanings in this film can depict the story in a more interesting way.
Butterfly as the symbol of love. How do we define love? Aggressive feelings, passionate, want to dominate, or something else? People have their own way to describe a thing that is called love. Likewise, the characters in the Corpse Bride film also have their own ways in expressing their feelings. The film has explained the symbolism of the blue butterfly as love as it has been shown in the story and several scenes in this film. Love at first sight is an appropriate phrase for Victor and Victoria. This can be noticed during the first meeting between Victor and Victoria at Victoria's house to the wedding ceremonial rehearsals. At their first meeting, the two of them have felt a sense of comfort between each other. This can be seen from the atmosphere of their conversation and the topics they talk about, which are quite deep, about marriage, love, and their feelings. Victoria is happy to meet and will marry Victor, but Victor is very nervous in front of Victoria and to do the wedding rehearsal, which make the rehearsal event cancelled. Love for Emily is a painful thing. Her fiancé betrays and kills her, and then leaves her in grief after she died. This makes Emily promise to wait for someone to marry her at the place where she died. This is explained by a schoolman who sings and tells all of Emily's experiences in detail to Victor. When the schoolman begins to explain the part where Emily is killed by her lover on her wedding day, the song that the schoolman sings becomes tense as he shows the silhouette of Emily being killed and going into the darkness. This shows how painful Emily's first love experience is. Love for Barkis is just a game. He will do anything to gain wealth by lying and seducing rich girls to marry them and then robbing them of their property. This is shown by the way Barkis seduces and tricks Emily to marry her to take her property. Emily, who easily falls in love, is provoked by Barkis' seduction and trickery, so that she agrees to comply with Barkis, who will marry her, even though Emily's parents do not approve of it. At night, Emily begins to wait for Barkis to marry her by eloping. But while Emily is still waiting for Barkis, suddenly someone approaches her and then kills her on the spot, and all of Emily's belongings are taken by him.
The blue butterfly as the symbol of joy. The blue butterfly that symbolizes joy is shown by Emily when she meets Victor, who has said the wedding vow to her, even though it is an accident. This makes Emily, who is a corpse bride that has promised to wait for her true love to marry her at the place where she died, feel happy to have met the person that she has been waiting for years. However, Victor, who has experienced this unexpected event, feels shocked and scared because he is being chased by a corpse bride that has died. Emily, who doesn't know anything, feels that Victor is her true love, who comes to marry her. Emily's joy is depicted by her smile and her dancing under the moonlight in front of Victor, and the blue butterfly that passed through her. She also laughs a little because of Victor's behavior. This shows how happy Emily is that she has met Victor, who has married her. The blue butterfly as a symbol of hope. Hope is what is on everyone's innermost mind. Freedom, happiness, or getting better are the things that show how diverse that hope is. Hope in this film is shown by a man who draws a butterfly and looks out the window. Then he freed a blue butterfly that is trapped in a glass cage. This shows that he also hopes for freedom, just like when he freed the blue butterfly that is trapped earlier. Hope is also portrayed by people who want to have a higher and better life in this film. Some of the characters in this film try to gain wealth and high degree or status. Victor's family, who wants the same degree or status as the upper social class society. They try to get it by marrying their son, Victor, to an aristocratic daughter, Victoria. Meanwhile, Victoria's family hopes and wants wealth due to bankruptcy. It shows how desperate Victoria's family is to gain wealth by marrying off their daughter to the no-few rich Victor's family, who is just ordinary people. This is the proof that people have hopes and desires that will make themselves better. In conclusion, small living things like butterflies also have wide variety of meanings for life. Even the colors that are owned by butterflies also have different meanings. The blue butterfly in this film symbolizes love, hope, and happiness. And based on this review, we can conclude that this film is very interesting, unique, and good to watch. So, this Corpse Bride film can very well portray the contents of the story with the blue butterfly symbol.